Alright, let's get into the real mystery of this game now. The air in the open doorway shimmers and crackles with strange light.
That looks like some sort of plasma window. Don't touch it.
Bradley grabs my arm and pulls me back away from the door.
How could this have something to do with... I don't know. Raphael, go downstairs and check that everything's all right.
Right. Oh, Linz, of course you're responsible for this phenomenon. He rushes away. What's going on?
This had better not...
What do you think you're... Be quiet! The babble and the music fall silent. We can't accomplish anything if everyone is talking at once. Linz, what are we looking at?
I'm not certain. Fascinating, isn't it? It's clearly permeable to at least some forms of radiation, but with intermittent diffraction. Solid matter on contact might be either repulsed or incinerated. I'd prefer more data before making empirical tests.
What?
Rube.
He said it might burn you if you touch it.
I understood that much. I just don't understand what that thing is or how it got there. Convenient, isn't it? Giving you an excuse not to leave.
I don't want an excuse not to leave. Raphael rushes back into the room, breathing hard.
Everything is still working, but there's excess power being generated. It's bleeding over into the security systems. Look, a house this big has to have more than one door. Windows, even. So why don't we just find another way out and get out of your hair? I'm afraid that's not possible. As part of the home security system, there are wires laid around every door and window frame. If they're all supercharged, every egress could be perilous.
Does that mean we're trapped in here? Is nobody, questioning why this phenom is happening?
So what do we do with them?
Hey!
Can you fix it? I don't know yet. Probably. Raphael and I will debug the system. It should only take a few hours.
Can we help?
No. This is no job for amateurs.
All right. Good luck. Linz and Raphael leave, going downstairs, I suppose. I wonder what's down there in the West Wing. Maybe this mansion has its own electricity generator. Maybe they make their own power so that they don't have to pay the electric company, but it was struck by lightning during the storm and overloaded? And made it look like that? Come on, girl. Maybe Linz was installing a new power system, and that's why he's here in the first place, but it doesn't work right yet? I wish they'd let me go and see. I hate not knowing things. You're just too curious for your own good. It doesn't seem like anyone here has made these force fields on purpose, but it's all very strange. Did I? No.
Sorry about this. Linz is very good at what he does. Isn't that right, Albin? I'm sure everything will be fixed soon. In the meantime, you can relax here for a while. I do have a large library that might interest you. I'd like that.
Bradley likes books? This is news to me, the vegetarian librarian. I mean, bookworm. Whatever.
Feel free to look around, but please, stay out of the basement so that you don't disturb Linz and Raphael in their work. The library is through there. If you have need of me, I'll most likely be in the sitting room.
Albin grunts and heads for the stairs up as Bradley turns in the direction of the library. Nathaniel starts to walk away, then turns to see what I will do. Which boyo should Janet follow? Oh boy. Come on now. Oh, I got 3 options, do I? Well, I'm obviously gonna go hang out with Bradley. And... there we go. Alright, Bradley. For lack of a better idea, I trail along after Bradley. Maybe I can find something to read. Wow! It's just like the library from Beauty and the Beast. I love it. This would be like a must-have if I, you know, in an alternate universe owned a mansion, which will never happen now. But if I ever could own a mansion, I would have a freaking ginormous library, and I would probably just live there. And have a major domo bring me coffee, and that would be it. Be done. I was expecting a study with a few bookshelves, not 2 floors of books.
Yeah, it's a lot, isn't it?
He walks from shelf to shelf, sometimes staring, sometimes running his hands over the spines of the books. Looking for something in particular? His head moves in little jerks and twists as he scans each row. It's funny. I didn't really think of you as someone who reads for fun. Well, yesterday you talked about being on your school football team and things like that. I didn't see you as the book type.
A guy can kick a ball around and still know how to read, you know.
Yes, but... I watch as Bradley continues to move around, pulling books out of their positions on the shelf and then pushing them back in again. Reading books works better if you open them. I kind of feel like he's searching for, like, a secret passage or something. The way he's, like, running his hands along the spines. Is anything out of place? Is there a part of the bookshelf that looks like it doesn't belong that you could push in?
Actually, I'm not looking for a book.
Oh? What are you looking for?
Secret passages.
Oh. Why didn't you say so? I can help.
What?
Checking for book switches is a good start, but you should also rap on the back of the shelf to see if it sounds hollow. Same with these panels at the bottom. Then look along the pillars for cracks or seams where the wall might hinge. There could be a trigger on that statue up there, but we shouldn't poke at that without permission. Bradley stares at me.
Have you done this before?
I used to read a lot of girl detective books when I was little.
Female detectives?
No, girl detectives. Like teenagers or kids. Usually working together in a group or a crime-solving club. And of course, there are kidnappers and smugglers and hidden treasure. And everybody gets tied up a lot.
I had an adventure club when I was little.
What sort of club?
Oh, just boys on bikes getting into places we shouldn't, and hunting for junk to decorate our shed. And nobody got tied up.
Did you ever find any secret doors back then?
No. We snuck into some abandoned buildings, but usually because their doors were broken.
Well, anyway, I can help you look for a bit. Poor guy. He must be really bored. Still, hunting for secrets is a fun thing to do, and this house is big and old enough that it might just have some. I still feel like Bradley's here with a purpose, though. Don't know why. Maybe because he had a gun in the intro. And I'm like, he came prepared for something or other. We poke around the library for a while without finding anything. So, do you actually read for fun?
Not really.
Too bad. You'll miss out on all the exciting library action.
I've spent a lot of time in libraries. I mean, when I needed to know things, I had to look stuff up.
And you went to the library, not the internet? Wow.
Well, you can't trust the internet. People will say anything there.
This is true. My parents got me encyclopedias when I was little so I could look up the answers to my own questions and stop asking them all the time. Whoa! I guess because we're spending... I'm like, I didn't even have a choice there, and his affection went up. But I guess we did choose to spend time with him.
I knew you were a clever girl.
Last night, over dinner, I thought he was a total bore. He was just passing time, always checking his watch, waiting for the date to be over. But now he seems a lot more friendly, and sort of interesting? Maybe it's because we're not under the pressure of a date anymore, so he can just act naturally? But if he hates going on blind dates, why does he keep doing it? I noticed that he stopped moving around and is now just staring at one of the bookshelves.
There's something strange about this.
Huh?
This is a big old traditional house. It's all designed to look impressive. So why aren't there more traditional old books? Where's Dickens? Where's Shakespeare?
It's a big library. We haven't gotten all the way around both floors yet. You probably just aren't seeing them. I pause for a yawn and a stretch. Anyway, if you don't mind, I think I'd rather find something to read now.
Whatever.
I take a look around, then snag a volume entitled The Lady of Limmeridge and peer inside the cover. A mystery! Ah, my favorite. Perfect. Bradley continues to wander the shelves, restlessly searching for secrets. Blech. Restlessly searching for secrets that probably don't even exist. Well, good luck to him. I'm going to enjoy my book. While I still have time. Late in the afternoon, we gather at the grand entrance. Everyone appears to be in good spirits, awaiting the resolution of our situation. I feel a sneeze coming on. No, wait, go away, sneeze. I wish you guys wouldn't look at me and have it be so silent, because I feel on the spot with the sneeze. Okay, I think it's going away. Oh, okay. I think I'm good. Lynn steps forward and licks his lips in preparation to speak.
We have been monitoring the problem for several hours now, and the output remains steady.
So there's no sign of the force field growing. This shouldn't get any worse.
As there was no visible heat damage in the surrounding frames, we experimented with introducing various objects. Physical contact so far has not produced any adverse reactions. The fields appear to act like a membrane, bowing outwards when a solid object is applied with force. However, small amounts of water...
But can you get rid of them?
Efforts to shunt the overflow without disrupting the system integrity have lacked success.
Can't you just turn the whole thing off? Pull the plug?
No! Turning off the power is not an option.
What kind of weird science experiment are you guys running? Because you don't need it for security at the moment. Looking over at Bradley beside me, I notice he seems a little pale. Clammy, even. He has his arms folded around himself, hands tucked inside his jacket. Is he sick? What do you expect us to do? We have to get home. Bradley's not feeling well.
Now, this is the interesting part. I believe we would be able to bypass the barrier with Faraday shields. However, we don't have enough metal on hand to build a human-sized enclosure. An active electromagnetic field generator may be able to produce the same effect. I'll need to tune them to your own bioelectric aura. If you approach the field so that I can measure the discharge...
No.
Tiny beads of sweat are breaking out on his forehead. Well, we have to do something.
This is how you do it, isn't it?
Do what?
What? Well, that was a bomb drop.
This is how you kill them. What are you talking about?
I think he may have a fever.
I will not walk into your death trap.
Oh, well. There he goes. He's got the gun out. Suddenly, he pulls a handgun from inside his jacket.
You thought I was just another one of your victims, but I know what you are.
Eek!
I've waited years for this. Now you tell me, where is she?
What? How did... Who?
Don't pretend you don't know. All of you.
He sweeps the gun around, pointing at each of the men in turn. Bradley, put the gun down. And then he swings at aim at me, of all people.
Shut up, Janet!
How dare he speak to me like that? Janet, I think your priorities are a little out of whack.
It's the basement, isn't it? Where you didn't want anyone to go. Well, we're all going to see it now. All of you, move!
Frightened and confused, we are herded through the mansion. A nondescript door opens to reveal a dimly lit staircase leading down to the unknown basement. This looks fairly modern considering the rest of the house. We're all clustered together. Alvin looks ready to spit nails. Nathaniel's eyes meet mine only with sad resignation. Linz and Raphael are in the lead, and Bradley is behind us all with the gun. The staircase descends shallowly, then turns for another descent, down and around and down. I cannot see where it ends. Suddenly, there is a flash of light. With a strangled squawk, Bradley stumbles backwards, his weapon arm swinging up wildly. Quick as the flash, Alvin's fist intersects with Bradley's jaw. Nathaniel grabs my arm and pulls me aside. Thank you, Nathaniel. As Linz charges back to join the fray. Well, that was sorted rather quickly. Well, you got some splaining to do, my boy.
Come on, give me an excuse. You look better with 2 black eyes. Bastard.
Raphael, bring me my handcuffs.
Oh, of course you have handcuffs.
Yes, sir. I'm not going anywhere.
No, you're not.
You're not going to hurt him, are you?
That's up to him.
Should we chain her up too?
Me? Why me? I didn't do anything.
You came here with him. You had to know what he was planning.
I still don't know what he was planning. I have no idea what's going on.
Janet hasn't caused any harm. She deserves the benefit of the doubt.
Raphael returns with a pair of handcuffs, and Linz fastens Bradley's hands behind him, with the cuff chain looped through the back of the chair. Apparently, this isn't his first time putting someone in restraints.
Why don't you just go ahead and kill me?
You're the one who was waving around a gun.
No one is killing anyone. Let's start at the beginning. Why were you carrying a gun? To defend myself from you. Me. Or Linz. Or who? All of you. Whichever of you is responsible for the murders.
What murders?
5 years ago, a college girl disappeared from this area. 5 years before that, another girl disappeared. And before that. And before that. I never heard about any missing persons near here.
A timed disappearance around college girls. Okay.
Even if that's true, why would you think we had anything to do with it? Just because people went missing in this general area. Not this general area. This house. How would you know that? Because the last one was my sister.
He has a sister? He had a sister. Did she come back?
I was the last person to hear from her alive. She called me when her car broke down.
Alright, he thinks there's been murders. Okay, so he's here looking for his sister.
She described where she was, and the house she could see up ahead, and that she was planning to ask them for help. And then, she was gone.
This is ridiculous. 25 years ago, most of you weren't even born.
Bradley laughs. It's not a pleasant sound.
It gets better. This house doesn't exist.
What?
I spent months looking for this house. The police said I must have had the details wrong. They gave up, but I looked harder. That was when I found out about the 5-year pattern. So I knew I needed a girl, and I knew I had to wait. Until now. All this year I've been looking for you, and this house was not here. But now I finally found you.
So that's why he's been dating girls, college girls, randomly and then driving them through here trying to find this house. Bradley, you scumbag.
That's complete nonsense.
It might be true. Everyone turns to stare at me. All year, Bradley's been asking out different girls. It's always just one date, and he always drives. He never makes a move, like he's barely interested in the girls at all. We thought he was just looking for the right girl, but he could have been looking for this house. That means... Burning with furious realization, I slip off my loafer and hurl it at his head. Did you take lessons from Lance, by any chance? You manipulative, scheming, lying jackass! You used me as bait!
I don't understand. Don't listen to them. They're just trying to confuse you. If it's all lies, then what are you hiding in the basement? The bodies? Please, stop this.
He shakes his head sadly.
We need some time to talk. We can't trust you on your own after you've attacked us. But we can't leave you chained to a chair forever either.
Lock them in a room, both of them.
Will she be safe with him?
Ha! Will he be safe with me?
That too. Separate rooms, then.
They lead me back to the room I slept in last night, taking Bradley somewhere else.
We'll be back. I promise.
And then they lock me in, and I am left here, alone. Pressing my ear to the door, I can faintly hear voices far away, but I can't make out anything that they're saying. This plain and simple room, so convenient before, suddenly feels like a prison. There's absolutely nothing for me to do except pace and worry. All last night, when we were together, Bradley had a gun in his jacket? I was right next to something that could easily have killed me, and I didn't even know it. He's gone crazy. No, he must have been crazy for a long time. All those girls. He could have driven each of them to a different location looking for the phantom house in his head. There's no way that this house wasn't here. But at the same time, he's right. The people in this house are clearly up to something. Lynn's especially. Why are they all here? What are they going to do with us? We still got 4 days. Just when I begin to feel that they have forgotten me entirely, I hear a key rattling in the lock.
Hello again. I'm sorry about all of this. I know it's not your fault. You were just as surprised by Bradley's actions as we were.
What's going on? What are you going to do with him?
That is a problem. I would like to turn him over to the police, but as you know, the phones aren't working. And even if we could call the force fields.
So you're just going to keep us here?
Lynn's is still working on solutions.
I need to go home now. I have a paper to write. I have chem exercises to finish.
Finding a way to get you through the field is our top priority.
If that were really true, they would just turn off the power and let me go. For some reason, they don't think that's an option.
You're still my guest. You're free to go about the house. Just please, be careful.
I'm always careful. He looks at me for a long moment, then turns and walks away. So, I'm not a prisoner, except that I am, just with a bigger prison. But they're trapped in the house as well. I walk out of the bedroom and into the hallway. There's no sign of anyone. There must be some kind of way out of here. I'm guessing this is Bradley.
Janet?
Huh? There's a thumping noise and one of the doors shivers.
In here. I'm locked in.
Well, good.
Please. You have to listen to me. You're my only hope.
Should Janet hear Bradley's Star Wars plea? Yeah, probably. Let's talk to Bradley. How can I trust anything you say now?
If I told you the truth, would you have come out here with me? If I told you about people vanishing and a house that disappears and reappears, you'd think I was nuts.
I still think you're crazy.
After what you've seen, this house isn't normal, Janet. Mysterious force fields don't just spring up out of nowhere in a normal house. They're making this happen somehow. They have the power.
He's got a point there. You had a gun.
I was chasing after people that might have been serial killers. But now, I don't know what they are.
He may be a little bit crazy, but so is this whole situation. I can't let you out anyway. I don't have the key.
That's not what I want. I need information, and they won't give it to me. I need you to find out more about these people and what they're doing here. Especially Lynn's. I think he's the mastermind.
How am I supposed to do that?
Well, you know, you're a girl. You can make guys do anything.
I am not a girl that guys follow over themselves for.
Oh, come on. It should be easy. No guy wants to make a girl feel bad.
So you want me to use my feminine wiles, eh? Oh, Bradley. Guys insult girls all the time. Maybe a guy will do anything for a girl that he likes and thinks he has a chance with. But if you're not the right kind of pretty or giggly, you may as well not exist. I'm not very good with boys. And you're not very good with girls either. I bet you've never even been on a real date.
But
I know you've gone out with half the freshman class, but those weren't real dates. Last night over dinner, you weren't interested in getting to know me better. You weren't listening to a thing I said. You were just thinking about your quest or whatever. That's not a date. Oh. Well, he's interested in us now.
I am interested in you. I'm glad that you're here with me now and not one of those other girls. Because you're smarter than me, and I know I can count on you. I need your help to solve this mystery. I can't do it without you.
I'll do what I can. Whatever the truth is, it's clear that there's something very strange going on around here. I can't just sit back and wait for it to resolve itself. I have to find out more. I walk downstairs and head in the direction of the basement staircase. I don't intend to go down there on my own just yet. I don't want to trip any more booby traps. Lynn's? Are you here? Voice from behind.
Yes.
I whirl around. He looks at me with those beautiful eyeballs. No. I will not let him get the upper hand here with this oddly sexual music. That's also sci-fi. You enjoy that, don't you? Oh my god, Linz. Phrasing! Phrasing, man! Alright.
Coming from behind.
You said it, not me. There's no way I can believably bill and coo him into giving things away. He's far too experienced for me. But he is a scientist, and most science students I know love to talk about their work. You said earlier that you needed a test subject to calibrate the Faraday shield generator. I thought I could help.
Ah. Not a test subject exactly. For each person wishing to pass through the fields, an electromagnetic shield would have to be individually built and tuned. Your height, as well as your natural aura, will define the strength and shape of the magnetic coils needed.
Custom built? That sounds like a lot of work. Wouldn't it make more sense to cut the power just long enough for us to run through the door? It would only take a moment. You could turn it right back on.
I wouldn't want to lose my uptime.
Computer uptime? Are you, compiling something?
Why do you want to know?
Just curious. Wouldn't you be, if you were me?
Indeed.
But still, even if you have a program running and you have to start it over, wouldn't it be safer to fix the problem first? An irritated breath hisses out from between his teeth.
Unfortunately, the breaker box is also hypercharged. We need to make this process work in order to get through the fields to turn the power off. And therefore, we need your help.
Right. What do I have to do?
Come closer. Place your hand against the field.
Just what he asked Bradley to do before Bradley freaked out about death traps. We're standing so close. If this field were deadly and Linz wanted me murdered, it would only take a hard shove. Therefore, it must be safe. Except that Linz is just twisted enough that he might enjoy tricking people into frying themselves on his trap. No, I am not a fainting blossom. I reach out and press my hand against the shifting surface, my shoulders tense in anticipation of a shock that never comes. No electric tingle, no heat. It's a bit like pushing on a waterbed. You can feel it give at your touch, but it remains solid.
Interesting.
I look back at Linz, who has some sort of oscilloscope in his hand displaying complex wave patterns. What now?
Oh, that will do for the moment.
Well, let me know if there's anything else I can do to help.
Raphael and I can handle it.
He's a scientist too?
No, he is an obedient pair of hands.
Come to think of it, Linz did order Raphael to fetch his handcuffs. Yeah, why does he know where those are? Is he your boyfriend?
And what if you were?
How would Janet feel about Linz and Raphael being lovers? I wonder.